Yeah.
No, Gravity and Egg Boys, I think, actually, are the two teams probably to move through in Europe. But that will be coming up next week on Sunday, so it doesn't really matter at the moment. But we do have Jokr up against Eclipse. It's the first match here in a best of 5. Let's kick things off as we're going to have Eclipse, of course, winning the joust. And is this actually live? Look how far back Palador's sitting.
Yeah, so this is actually something I noticed in the game earlier that I was watching. I was just really able to catch some of it, is that Palador is sitting very, very defensively. I also like the fact that Jokr didn't even go for the joust initially. They basically just waited, and they're just going to boost, clear boost round Eclipse, and that is just going to be an early 2-point lead from Jokr. Yeah. Kind of just
so when you sit back,
before.
When you sit back and you have control, or when you sit back when you have the initial disc and you're letting your other two players push up, and then you're not even able to get back in time to block the shot.
Yeah, that's you're not really doing anything. You're helping your offense, and you're not really doing able to do much on the defense. I think actually like Joker's approach on that. They knew Eclipse were going to probably win the joust. They were like, okay, cool, you take the joust, we'll then pressure you after that, and if you're keeping a man back, you're just stuck.
There we go, next joust breaking off. Palador going to be hopefully pushing up this time with his team. It's a quick pass off to Lemming. Lemming has a little bit of aggression here, and just see a nice little pass come in. Again, we're seeing Eclipse, one of the best teams in the world, I think, when it comes to passing.
Yeah, some great man-to-man marking coming out of Jokr there, basically leaving their goal open in favor of trying to mark these players. They do end up breaking that formation, though, and trying to boost back. Quick boost, they were able to get back in time, but Eclipse just moving up, doing the standard pass, 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 shoot, and they were able to get another 2 points for themselves in quite a standard fashion.
You said Eclipse were looking nervous against 11.5.
They were looking
scared,
shaky, like real. Honestly, I don't think I've seen either 11.5 or Eclipse looking as shaky as they did in the first 2.5 minutes. I mean, the first game against 11.5 went 2.5 minutes without a single goal. It was just mayhem, basically. So it's really interesting. They've obviously kind of found their form a little bit because this is significantly better, even apart from that initial joust.
Maybe it just took some warming up time for them.
Yeah, and it's one of those, with this level of competition, with how many teams there are in like contention for this, it makes it that much more scary and that much more high pressure the situation. So that kind of qualifier jitters you get, it just amplified that much more.
Yeah, but why would Eclipse get qualifier jitters when they've already won multiple titles on LAN?
I think it's because they've never had it as close as this. They've always been head and shoulders above the rest, and this season they're not, and I think that's what's been scaring them so much.
Well, we now see Kung in the meantime.
Taking their time, which is perfect. Yeah,
I don't hate this.
Don't need to.
Oh,
yeah. Oh,
what?
That is cheeky. Oh, that's good.
What?
So got a stun out on the keeper and got the shot past the defender on the shield. Now, I don't think whoever that was on the shield from Eclipse wasn't even expecting the shot at that point. It looked like they weren't. I think they were just going to try and block the pass. Interesting movement from Team Jokr. I think they pulled Eclipse around a little bit there and then opened themselves up for that shot.
They pulled me around there. What the hell?
Yeah, so good stuff.
I don't think we've ever seen that action in any of the broadcasts we've done, just kind of going for the shot. I mean, I've been talking about it forever of just stunning up the keeper and going for the shot. You even talked about with you before, but it kind of helps the defenders out because it pulls one of the offensive players to the goalie, but it worked out there that time.
Yeah, it's a trade-off, but I mean, that said,
oh, hello.
Jokr did it expertly. Going for a shot here from range. Oh, no, does ding it. Unfortunately, that's a three-pointer they really needed. Jokr going to be able to recover here. The question is, can they get it in front of the goal? And no, they cannot. Eclipse will be able to get that from behind, and that will be a 2-point recovery from Eclipse, but that 3-pointer, that 1-point lead is exactly what won it for Eclipse versus 11.5, so it's going to be interesting if it swings the other way for Jokers.
You know, I'm not counting Eclipse out, all right?
No, not at all.
You know what? They're a good team. You know, as bad as you want to see them lose Jersey, so Gravity can win a title. I'm still behind them. I still think they're the team to beat.
I think you're right. I still think that...
Right, about you want to see them lose so Gravity can win a title, or?
Both. No, I think that... Oh, that's a good stun there. That was really... no respect coming out of Jokr there from that defensive push. And that is just going to be giving away a free 3-pointer, which is not what you want. But that said, all the goals we've had have only taken just over 1 minute and 40 seconds. We still have 3 minutes and 20 on the clock. So that is a lot of time left to play this out. And this is something, although we haven't seen it in the first two games today, that we do see North America, this happens quite a lot. Very high scoring games.
They're spending more time in the launch tubes than actually playing, I feel like, because of the resets between each point, each score. I'm gonna imagine though Joker's not gonna let that happen again. I think Kung's gonna be a little bit quicker to. Ooh, that's
interesting.
He like led him with the pass.
Yeah, that's actually really interesting.
Jokr's had some good ball work.
Yeah, they've got, I mean,
Or disc, I should
I don't think I've actually seen that one before. Just basically faking the middle, right? Oh, unfortunate pass there. It's going to go straight to a member of Eclipse. Eclipse now looking for a clear and boost. This is now a race, essentially. Who can get there first? Looks like Jokr will be able to recover it first. Eclipse now separated. Question is, who's going to be able to get this rebound? Eclipse boosting back, but Jokr has 2 men versus 1. This is going to be a setup around the goal for Jokr. Question is, can they convert it?
You can see whoever is in the goal. I think that's going to be Palador, I want to guess. He's actually waiting for the stun to come through, holding his head for a long period of time. Actually pushes out directly into him. Tried to punish him on the pass so he couldn't get a shot off. They're able to actually steal it away.
Oh,
Put it right back to the hands of Kung.
Yeah, great recovery from Kung. I mean, Joker's just looks so comfortable with the possession in this space. They are just like running Eclipse around, and as soon as they say that, they give the disc away. Typical, but regardless, they still have been looking really comfortable with possession of the disc so far.
Oh, they're going to get back in 2-on-1. Palador's kind of off in no man's land now, so technically if they can get back in time... Actually, Palador's actually been able to tag along in this.
This is dangerous. This is really dangerous for Jokr. They've got 2 members, 2v2 here. A good pass across. Okay, so goalkeeper's pushed really far out here, so Joker's going to have some time to set up now. They've got Eclipse resetting themselves from a defensive standpoint. They've got a good pass going onto the back line here, so they're going to be moving up slowly. Trying to keep passing options open. One behind the goal, and that will be the pass of choice for Jokers, and they're going to lock that in for another 2 points.
See, that's an alley-oop. He went like straight pass up high and then slammed it back in. Blue, if you're watching, that's an alley-oop. I don't know if you ever heard him talk about the first time.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
I remember the point line.
Yep.
Pulling a Space Jam, I guess. But all tied up 7 apiece. Minute and 42 left. That's all you remember from last season, though.
Yeah, more or less.
That's it. Nothing else.
Yeah, just blackout.
There was no GoFundMe page at all.
Nope. No
now
Dab
Jokr.
King. No Dab King Jason.
I don't know what you're talking about. And now Jokr with possession. Or not possession, sorry. On the attack again. Trying to take this away from Eclipse.
Yeah, this is
Simeon looking to push the disc up here to the side.
Oh, Joe, I really like this defensive setup from Jokr. They haven't to push their keeper far back. I would have preferred it if the keeper engaged there, but didn't want to take the risk. A really stray pass coming out from that member of, I think it was possibly Palador with the disc there. But that is going to be a stray disc. A boost and recovery, though, from Eclipse coming through. Joker's now looking to set up. They're pushing keeper quite far back, trying to get kind of a line marking situation going on here, looks like.
I mean, technically they could run the clock out and try to force out just the single goal to win the game. It's gonna be really risky to do.
I mean, I feel like Jokr have had better control with possession. Oh, almost gives the disc away there.
Oh, Palador.
Oh no, he has to throw it. Really, really quick clear. Is it going to go wide?
I don't know if we're looking at the same thing there about Palador's arm.
I didn't see it, no. It was sorry, did it?
Extendable arm there.
Oh, yeah, comfortable pass back from the keeper. That is the exact kind of thing you want in this position. Oh, unfortunately, that's going to bounce early in the tube, meaning that it's not going to get all the way through to Eclipse's side. Eclipse now possession of the disc, going for a very long-range attempt right there. Whoever scores the next one is in a great spot, and Jokr now have possession. This is looking good for them. They've got a pass deep. This is an open goal. No, one goalkeeper in there. Go for 1v1, and he gets it! That is going to be 9-7 with 20 seconds on the clock. This is looking good for Jokers.
So can Eclipse, in about 20 seconds of time, score 2 points to throw in overtime? Or
I think it goes down to whether or not Jokr played this right. If Jokr play defensively, but they don't let themselves get baited into something that Eclipse are going to try, then they should have this, but Eclipse is just going to have to go completely out for it. The 20 seconds, that's barely enough for a time for a setup. Neither team going for a PE joust, they're just going straight for it.
We think about the earlier possession, like when they wasted about 30-40 seconds off the clock, just holding it in their own side of the arena. They could have had that extra time on their side here. Now looking to push 10 seconds left, 9. Palador passes back here to Simeon.
Oh, that's it!
Behind the clears, all they need to close this one out.
That's it!
And it looks like that will be Jokr taking the first map here in this best of 5.
Jokr taking the number 4 seed. Oh. Okay, so yeah, Jokr just 9-7. That 2-point at the end, that was just, I mean, looking at how those games played out, Jokr just looked really comfortable with possession of the disc. When they had possession of the disc, they had a plan, they had a strategy, they did the alley-oop, they had the kind of passing around the area, they did the stun on the keeper, the free 3-pointers at the very beginning of the round. They looked really dominating in their control. Eclipse really only got responses for like really standard setups, but they lost possession of the disc quite a few times when they were doing
missed a lot of passes,
yeah,
which is kind of new.
Yeah, I think that was the alley-oop there from Jokr. Yeah, looking at this, so this was kind of the standard play that they got. I think their first goal on, and then
here we go.
Oh, here we go. This is the one. Yeah. So that's the stun on the keeper, and then the shot from range.
He like looked to his left like he was gonna pass as well, and then he just threw it straight down the middle underhand.
A great little fake from them, and I mean, good point. This was a free 3-pointer they got given off of one of the jousts. So like even the difference between them is actually, if you take that out of the equation, it's actually almost what 5 points, 5-point difference. So yeah.
Carry the 3. Yeah, 5.
Yeah, so that's a lead. That's 2 goals that I'd argue from Jokr's side were earned, right? In that they had to play that up. It was all strategies. It was very intentional. It wasn't like abusing any kind of misplays from Eclipse to a lot of extent. It was just well played.
I think this is actually the first time we're seeing Jokr on stream, if I'm not mistaken, too. I don't think we covered them over the last over the season. Yeah, I mean, North America has been so back and forth with a lot of teams, and yeah, just... Okay, so we're getting to the next round. This is going to be Eclipse taking the first 2 points. 20 seconds in, so pretty much off the first joust. And yeah, I mean, Jokers must be feeling good right now. You just taking a game off of the... Yeah, but okay, let's be fair. I'm not discrediting them at all.
Yeah.
But Eclipse are so seasoned and are veterans.
Yeah.
This is a best of 5. It's not like they won the one map and they're through. They have to win 2 more, which I think Eclipse are going to learn about and adapt to their style. Obviously, Eclipse are going to play more of a standard thing. I'm actually really enjoying seeing Jokr in the way they've been playing. But I don't feel like Eclipse are really that far behind, to be honest.
Yeah, it's been some really new and interesting stuff. Like some of the things they've done, I haven't necessarily seen before. Like, I mean, you've seen it in different methods, like the feinting on the joust. Oh, really good goalkeeping pressure there coming in from Simeon, but that is not enough, I believe. So that's gonna be another 2 points for Jokr, and that's going to be bringing it back even now, so negating that initial goal from the joust, and starting from scratch, basically. With
I wonder if he specifically like lobbed the disc ahead of him to the right, then went for the punch, and then knew he could just, all right, well, the disc isn't that far away from me, I can just pick it right back up and throw it back in again.
I don't know if it was intentional.
I don't think it was intentional, but that would be, let's just say it was, for the sake of him.
Yeah. The more, yeah, but if you consider that, I'm even more scared at this point.
I mean, they've been doing feints with their passes, right?
Yeah, like...
Look at that, again, catching them on
pressure.
I don't know how Eclipse aren't, like, keeping their eyes open.
Honestly, I think that was just Jokr reading where the pass was going to be going to and basically getting high-pressure man marking and just not having a response there from Eclipse. The passing has just been solid as well. I mean, I haven't really... Apart from some, like, super pressured situations, their passing has been pretty solid as well. Going for a backboard pass here, and that is going to be another 2 points locking in for Jokr.
Okay, let me ask you some questions here. Did Jokr play last season?
No. I think they actually did, yeah. Sorry, they did, but they weren't contending essentially in the top, I'd argue. They played in the off-season, and I would argue they were kind of one of the teams. It was them, Kangarillas, 11.5, and a couple other teams that were really kind of playing quite a lot in the off-season.
So you're saying they got that good off one season, basically?
I think they got that good practicing and just continued to play the team. As far as I'm aware, their roster has not changed at all.
We know what that means, right?
What?
It means if you guys are out there watching and you want to play, and compete, you can still get ready for Season 4. You can take the time and practice like Jokr's been able to. I mean, they're technically like 2 games away from getting through to Leicester and winning that minimum of $5,400. In the meantime, though, Eclipse now back on the attack. Again, missing a lot of passes. Again, this is just so uncharacteristic of Eclipse. And if you didn't watch any of the previous seasons, I cannot stress this enough. I'm not being harsh on them, but I've always crowned them to be one of the best teams when it comes to passing.
Yeah, it's just been very shaky. And I mean, Jokr's got possession of the disc here. They're going for a 2-man clear and chase here. Oh, not even a clear and chase, a great pass. And that's just, like, their possession has been flawless this game. I've got to give it to them. Like, their control, their passing, their pressure management, they're just passing it back now, playing the 3rd man in.
Watch them do it again, the underhand 3-pointer.
I don't think they've got their 2 players set up on the high left, though. And yeah, so it's going to be trying to pass across goal, making this really difficult for the keeper, I imagine. Pass back over to the shield. Going to try and bait some pressure in. Getting passed back and then, oh, goes for a slap. That was almost a bit too cheeky. It goes again. Jokr's still got... Oh, no, Ryan! That is disgusting. He was not looking at that. He just threw it. He just had to slap it back.
Cool guys don't look at goals.
That is...
They walk away. That was a great shot.
Jokr, this is... Yeah.
Okay, but I do want to see one more thing out of them. Because I think one reason that made Eclipse so good is that their time wasting ability. Time management? We'll just call it time management.
Yeah. Well, they did a great job in that in the last round. You saw their defensive setup on that very last point where they couldn't concede another goal, and I think they did a great job of that.
But that's different. For me, it's more like you're playing offensively,
and
you're specifically wasting time and forcing Eclipse to make mistakes.
Oh, he's going for a shot, going for Melsot. That was looking on target, but that's not going to be good enough. There is a defender in the way.
I just want to see them now try to waste time, because I want to see if they have the ability to do that. I mean, obviously they can make goals and they can pass really well, but you obviously have to be a well-rounded team and be able to waste time. If you fall behind against a team who can do that against you, then it's very difficult to do much. Should be a 2.
Yeah, that was a good clearing boost or chase there from Eclipse. Well, it was actually a clear boost because they were following the. I think they cleared it. So yeah, so that is a good response there. I think that's exactly what Eclipse need. They need more of that, really. They just need to keep coming back at this. I mean, that last goal is a bit of a tilter, really. I mean, if you're on the defending team and like you go through that hole, you successfully save it, you get a clear, it kind of is around the area, and then just a back slap just gets it in the goal. It's just something that you like. It's the last thing you really want. It's like right up there next to an unlucky bounce off like the sideboards. But yeah, so we'll have to see how they respond to this. Going for a kind of 2-man stack pretty quickly. Jokr going for, I'd say, kind of a forward pass and back again, just playing this 2-man stack around. Eclipse now split up, so Eclipse are now kind of.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
I literally just want to see them.
Oh right, yes, this is
waste time. Because to me, that makes them a really well-rounded team then if they can do this. Because now they're forcing Eclipse to make mistakes. They're ahead by 2 points.
Eclipse have to do something. They have to bring Paladar out now. Like he can't sit in goal anymore for this. He's not leaving the shield. I haven't seen him let go of that shield, that spot for the entirety of this. They're, like Jokr are just rotating their position so that the Eclipse don't know where the passes are going to come from. They're actually going to be moving up for another 2 pointers, and that is going to be another 2 points from Jaywalker coming in for Team Jokr.
All right, Jokr are the real deal. My question now is, will they play it against Kangarillas before and they won 2-1? How close was the match they lost?
From the matches I've seen of Jokr Kangarillas this season, Jokers have won a few, but I also say that they've been very close.
Okay.
And
we might have a new king of NA, a new king of Echo Arena.
I mean, this is what I said before. If Eclipse go down in this, they're having to run the gauntlet. They've got either a Kangarillas or 11.5 to deal with after this, and that is not a favorable matchup.
Powder's pass comes back in. Oof, almost missed there.
Yeah, so Eclipse are now forced back into their own half to having to pass this around. I mean, they're trying to get some distance forwards, but yeah, just a missed pass there is going to leave it for Jokers to recover. Jokers now just basically passing around the disc really comfortably. Eclipse with the 2-man stack trying to put some pressure on, but just not really in there. Like, I mean, they're just doing it way too late. Jokers can now just get a great clear. Oh, don't tell me! Oh my god, that was so close. I don't know if that was intentional, but that is a known part, like kind of clear angle you can make to get it to bounce up to the goal.
I really want to know possession time, because I feel like Team Jokr will be able to waste like a good passing alone.
Every clear they do, I'm worried it's going to go in, but they don't even need it this time. They're going to be boosting up and chasing after it, and they're not going to get possession, but they are going to stop it. Eclipse do get clear. Eclipse need to get this, and they need to get this in basically now. They have 56 seconds.
They're down 4 points, though, so it's easy. It's a 2-possession game minimum. And they need to score.
They need to score now.
Yes, again, somehow.
Yeah, this needs to be now. They need to score immediately. Oh, okay, that is a good recovery. They need to get this in. They like literally cannot waste a single second now.
Okay, they're going to get the 2 points in from behind. Lemming's going to score that one. But again, now with 40 seconds left, Team Jokr with possession. I wonder if Jokr can waste the time off the clock and again force Eclipse to get aggressive and potentially make mistakes. And you would assume, with Eclipse being the team who kind of coined this, am I wrong in saying that? And wasting time and just passing?
I'd say that's fair. Yeah, I think they were one of the first teams I remember doing it in kind of competitive matches. So
well, they should be one of the teams that know how to counter them. So let's see if they have that magic strategy to get themselves back in this one and potentially force an overtime, or maybe even sneak a nice little cheeky 3-pointer in and take their own map themselves.
So they're getting a super aggressive man marking here. Really, Jokr, okay, but Jokers have played this perfectly, right? They have basically situated themselves in a position where they can take the people away from their own half, and now they're in a 2v1 situation. Eclipse have been, their 2-man stack has been stopped. If this is a goal, and it is, that is going to be Jokr taking game 2. There is almost no recovery option here from Eclipse.
I love how, was it Kung was the anchor? He passed over to...
He played it short.
He passed over to someone, yeah, short, like a short pass. But then what he did was he punched both players and stalled and kept them back there while they had a 2-on-1 clear.
That is the kind of strategy you use to counter a 2-man stack on defense. Now, Eclipse did a man marking, but the 2 people they had basically grouped to try and recover as soon as possible. So although it wasn't an initial 2-man defensive joust, it was treated like that, right? And just Jokr responded perfectly, and just that setup was just flawless, right? The back pass, the pass.
How defensive they're playing now too. Even with there's like no time on the board for Eclipse to win, they're still respecting Jokr. They're still playing this smart. They're not, giving up an inch here, and they're still playing a strong defensive team.
Yep.
And there you go. I mean, it was already over before, but it's definitely over now.
Yeah. Okay, they're gonna get a good. Okay, to be fair, in Eclipse's favor, that is actually the kind of thing you want at the end of that.
Oh, they're even
right?
saying GGs.
Yeah.
So
you lose the round. You've got time to reset now. It is going to be running the gauntlet though, because this is 2-0 to Jokr. They're going to have to. They have to now win 3 games back to back. Now that's the thing. They've done it before.
11.
Yeah, been on the receiving
I can think of a team that they did too. But at least to be fair to them, if they do lose now, they don't have to play 2 matches anymore to win, to qualify. They have to play 1 more. So it's not like they have to beat 11.5 or Kangarillas and then play the loser of the upper bracket final. They only play 1 match. So that could be a good or bad thing, I guess. Depends on if they feel warmed up or not.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I was told this was kind of potentially the direction this could go, but I'm still shocked. I'm still like, but is this really happening?
Sorry, I could tell Sleepy was in this chair, 100%, because it's raised really high.
Oh, right.
Yeah, how do they come back from this is going to be a good question. Can they adapt now with the time they have before the next round starts to figure out what to do better? The thing is, if we look at Eclipse now versus Eclipse in Season 2, it's like a completely different team to me.
It is.
We're not seeing the fire in the team. Where the passes they never miss or hardly ever miss, they're missing like crazy. I don't know if that's just rust, I don't know if that's pressure or what, but they are clearly just in a tough position.
And that goal as well. I mean, I think it's a combination of, yes, I don't think it's the same team necessarily from Season 1 or Season 2, and I agree with what you say there. But at the same time, I also think that Jokr's are clearly playing out of their mind as well, right? So Jokr's, they've trained, they've put the effort in, they've worked hard throughout the season. I'm pretty sure all of their players are pretty young as well. Like I think they could be potentially the youngest team in North America as well.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know, but I think.
How old are you?
What?
How old are you?
It's an age. How old are you?
A double-digit number of some sort.
Ah, okay, cool. Well, even then.
Okay, good.
Good, cool.
Nice. But they're a young team, but hey, they've shown they have the drive. They kept playing during the break, and they kept grinding it out, and you guys can still do that in San Francisco.
And yeah, as I said, although I was kind of told that this is what was going to be happening, it was kind of indicated, I'm still surprised, and Jokr's have just shown up, and I just think I'm really impressed by how they've been playing.
What? They jousted and then just slapped to the... What?
Oh,
even happened?
Oh, no! Okay, so I think what happened there, right, was something that's happening with the joust now. Now that the PE joust exists, which is essentially you start before the door opens, so you can get to that initial disc even faster. Team Jokr actually haven't contested a single initial joust. They have just gone to clean up afterwards. But what Eclipse did there is as soon as they got someone on the disc, they slapped it to the right, and then usually you have someone fly past on the right-hand side and they will collect it mid-motion.
Okay.
And that usually puts you in a really good offensive position. Now that said, it didn't quite work out as well as that. I mean, you can do other things. You can pass like deep with some bouncers and stuff like that, but looks like... Oh, okay, so it looks like Jokr might be having some issues there. They're going to kind of wait this out.
Yeah, they dropped a player.
They dropped a player, so they're going to... I think they are going to just basically wait this out right now. Eclipse, I mean, as far as I'm aware, they should be playing on at this point.
Yep.
But Eclipse aren't really doing anything, so...
Why are they not playing out? There's no remake. It's live.
Yeah.
It's not a remake to get the player back in at the time. It's still going. Yep, there you go.
Yep. Yeah.
Does Jokr not realize that?
Possibly not.
It's because I remember we had this happen a couple weeks ago, and I was complaining that, like, hey, where's the restart coming? And I wasn't getting any information.
Yeah.
And then it was just a continuation.
Yeah. Yeah, so, okay, players back in right now.
Let's go.
Yeah, so that is...
14.
Looks like...
No, it's not a rematch.
They're going to reset it.
It's not, no, there's no restart.
So
that's not how it works.
They might be reset. Okay, so it looks like what they're doing is they're resetting it to when the last goal came in with the possession. It looks like they might be going to talk about it right now.
No, there's no talking. They can't change the rules with how we've been doing it.
In terms of... Because as far as I'm aware...
play on.
I believe you play on till the next goal, and then that should be allowed.
No, but they're resetting all the way back to their first two goals.
Okay, there is an exception to that. Is if the other team does agree, in terms of the other team is like, okay, cool, that they want a good sportsmanship, basically, is what it comes down to. Which it could be is what they're opting to do right here. Which, if that is the case, then fair play to Eclipse, because given how important this match is...
Now, screw that. It's not about fair play. You're down 2-0.
Yeah.
This is an upper bracket final. You want to win this one. You take every advantage you can get. I don't care if that makes you slimy. You play to win.
Yep.
Am I a jerk for thinking that?
No, I don't think... I mean...
It's literally in the rules.
I wouldn't blame a team for doing it, if you see what I mean. You couldn't fault anyone for doing it. But at the same time, I think if... Well, it depends. Like, we'll have to wait and see, because it could. The fact that Eclipse isn't readying up does make me question whether or not it is coming up. So yeah, it looks like we're going to be taking a small break while we figure out exactly what's happening with that.
Are we taking a break? Did you get to
No, not a full break, but I mean just coming back to us while we're trying to get the teams to figure out what's happening.
Well, we don't need to see us, because we can just at least watch them mess around in the arena, because there's nothing, you don't want to see our faces at all.
I'm sure they wouldn't mind.
Okay, well, they can see your face. I'm behind my handy dandy notebook.
Oh, don't hide, Jason. Okay, so
It'd just be great to get any information on what's going on.
okay, so I've just heard that the admins have said that restarts are allowed, in that if the teams do opt in for it, they can restart.
You got told that?
Yeah, I just got told that.
Okay, I didn't get told anything.
Yeah. So it looks like, again, we'll have to find out, because obviously I think this is where Eclipse are trying to confirm whether or not they are happy for a restart without the points. But we will just have to wait and see.
Well, it doesn't matter now, because they can't get it back to where it was with the last
they can just reset it to the 3 plus the, like when Simeon scored that 3 points at the end, they could just reset it to 5-0 plus, and then Jokers would have possession. But yeah, it depends. We'll have to wait and see.
Okay, so they're still
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe we should head to break then while we fix this, because I think admins are still discussing things with the players to sort it out.
Okay, looks like. Yeah,
So admins are telling them that they have to restart after the next goal. So the 3 points should count.
Yeah, on that basis.
Yeah, and they're not allowed to do that.
But they pressed the restart button before. Yeah, that doesn't apply.
Yeah.
Sorry, for everyone that's watching, we are currently watching the comms that are currently happening to try and figure out exactly what's happening with the game. So just for anyone that's just tuning in right now, we are currently waiting for the, I think, third game of the series between Jokr and Eclipse. Jokr going 2-0 in the first 2 matches. I mean, looking at those games, what did you think out of, like, I mean, obviously they're now they're either going to be down 2-0-2 or they're going to be down 0-5. Either way, they've got to come back from that initial goal. What do you think based on those first 2 games?
Sorry, I'm still reading. Restart before the joust. You shouldn't play until next goal. That's how but that's not how it is in the rules.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
See, this is why I think we should go to break, because they're still all completely discussing how this is working out.
Okay.
So if we got up and just walked out now, since we're being told we're not going to break, do you think they would go to break, or do you think they would sit on empty chairs?
No, I don't know.
You want to find out?
No, I'm okay. So yeah, we're just still trying to find out exactly what's happening. Basically, the confusion right now is basically whether or not the additional 3 points that were scored by Simeon counts, and whether or not they were resetting to when it was
100% counts, because we did this 2 or 3 weeks ago, whenever the last one was, and a team had a player disconnect, and the other team scored, and we were like, okay, we're waiting for the restart, but then they played on. So 100%.
Yeah. I mean, even at the end of the day, if they play from that and there's a retroactive decision, they can always change the scores relevant to that, because it doesn't.
The thing is, it doesn't matter if the teams agree; they want an official ruling.
Yeah.
And I don't see an admin's type into them at the moment. No, it should be 5-0 with Jokr possession, not 2-0.
Okay, yeah. They're currently, the admins are just discussing it at the moment, just to confirm. Okay.
Thing is that you can't. Throughout the season, we've had 1 week where there was a restart when a player disconnected, and there was no goal allotted. And then, like 2 weeks later, we had another game happen where a player disconnected, and they continued to play on. And then now we're having this. We can't have different rulings across the season.
Yeah,
it's not fair.
I think it's a bit of a grey area in this instance. I think it's because they're kind of the situations where players disconnect kind of in initial jousts and stuff like that, where you end up having to reset it like just before, like say for example you're coming out of a joust and the player disconnects in between like when the joust is supposed to start and when it actually happens. I mean, technically based on the rules of you should only wait till the next goal and restart, you should immediately play on from that point. But I think the question here is that coming out from the joust there, when Jokr didn't come out of the tube, is that, you know, when we saw as the camera was going out of the tube, I think they pressed restart and they had the problem before that joust had even commenced, at which point, yes, it should actually be 2-0, because they asked to pause the game before the joust had happened, and that's when Eclipse didn't stop, basically. They just carried on playing. Which, yeah, exactly. So if Jokers had requested the restart before the joust had commenced, before play had commenced, because this actually happened in the World Finals at Oculus Connect. This is the exact same thing that happened there when Eclipse got the joust, or Eclipse came out of the tube, they got the joust, then one of their players crashed We then took possession off of them, scored a goal, and then it was disallowed because it was considered that the disc wasn't in play yet. And because the disc wasn't in play, it then got the goal reverted. So that is almost the exact same situation as this. So it'll be very interesting to see how this goes. Okay, they're still discussing the kind of at the moment, but okay. So okay, that said, it looks like the team.
No, I don't think it is because they're still discussing. Like admin just said, they're still discussing, didn't they?
No, but it looks like they're just going straight into it. So yeah, so this is going to be Eclipse now playing on 2-0. And as I said, I think if it was the case that they did the restart, they requested the restart before the joust had happened, this is the correct way to start it. I think that's where the argument was.
Okay, well, now Jokr's actually able to take the disc away while okay, well, there's a missed pass. That's unfortunate. Starting to see Jokr get on the board here. More importantly, Eclipse trying to maintain a lead. As they are down 2-0 in the series, if Jokr pick up this map, they will get themselves through into Leicester, into the finals. Oh. And they might be able to, because you're not supposed to allow 3 points like that to come in. And Ryan's going to score 3 to get Jokr in the lead.
Yeah, 3 points. That's not the initial response you want from Eclipse, really, off of that. But this is... I mean, we've talked about this a little bit before, but Eclipse usually does have... There's usually a technical issue in Eclipse's big games. So it's not that surprising to see one on this. It's just not on their side this time.
That's a good point, actually.
I mean, it wouldn't be an Eclipse qualifying series or big match.
It would be an Eclipse, but yeah, an important match for Eclipse if something like that.
If there wasn't a big tech issue during the game. So we've got that out of the way. Hopefully this will now be smooth sailing.
Oh, that's a good pass.
That's the game.
Wide open.
Oh, that was very well played. That was just very clean positioning right there, and I don't think Jokers were able to read into that.
Well, now back ahead by 2, with about 4 minutes left to go in this round. Hopefully for Jokr's sake, that little bit of a pause that did come in, or whatever we're going to call that, doesn't affect him too much mentally. It only took 10 seconds for that goal, too.
Do you know what, actually, interestingly, if you look at any, I mean, there's quite a lot of papers on this if you look at esports in terms of how long you need if you're tilting, essentially, to do like a mental reset. And I think...
More than a day.
No, well, but it depends on how big the tilt is. But apparently, if you're having issues like performance-wise,
saw that pass.
Yeah, that is good. That was just real.
Sorry,
nice
the issue performance-wise. Go on.
Performance-wise, I think it's like depending on what it is. If it's something like this, I think it's about a couple of it's between like a minute if it's like a very short break, and then if you want like a full mental reset, it's something like up to 15 minutes. Now, I don't think we got a full 15 minutes there, but it might be long enough for Eclipse to kind of reset themselves, given that it wasn't even their issue, so they were still in the arena, still focused on the game. But this is going to be a great pass coming in for Jokr, and yeah, just a fantastic 2-point set from them. It looked like Eclipse were out of position there defensively.
It's not the first time we've seen the underhand scores as well here out of Team Jokr. I think it's really catching Eclipse off guard. I still say if Affenterre was there, he would block out the majority of these shots.
Yeah, but you could say that for every single goal.
Yeah, because Affenterre is a beast.
15,
Yeah.
14,
I miss him.
13, 12,
I wish we got to see him play again.
10.
Well, now Eclipse, as things have been tied up with about, what, 30 seconds of time it took for that last goal? Just about.
Yeah.
See them back on the attack here in Team Jokr, if they can read into the way they're going about this. Going to send some players very, very deep. They bounce back immediately back towards the disc, trying to stick together, making sure they don't lose track of each other.
Ooh, Eclipse getting the 2-man stack there, which will prevent Jokr from recovering. Oh, but a really just straight clear is going to end up giving Jokr possession. That was a 3-1 versus 1, which is really weird. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what happened with Eclipse, but... And this clear, no one for Eclipse is going to get this. This is a chance for Jokr to kind of get on their man marking positioning, ready to go. A stun coming out, which is going to stop the position advance from Eclipse coming out from the first man. And Jokr can be becoming this slowly. Eclipse actually looking good on this. They might be able to get this in the goal. And another clear and boost goal from Eclipse. God, I didn't think I'd be saying that this season.
Well, another 2-point lead here for Eclipse. It's just kind of a battle of 2 points throughout the entire match so far, considering what the first goal happened within 20 seconds of time for Eclipse.
Yeah.
15, 14,
Yeah, it is.
13,
This is now 5-7. Jokr, 2 minutes 57 on the clock, meaning that we do still have a fair bit to go in this game, though. So
Yeah, a lot of time.
Yeah, plenty of time for lots of goals to come in, either team to really push ahead. And I think Jokr really pulled ahead in there towards the end of some of their games as they got more comfortable with the setup. So be interested to see if Eclipse try and kind of keep this interesting and kind of spice things up by throwing in some new strategies or different strategies. So far, they seem to be getting a lot of their goals from these kind of clear and boost attempts. So it'll be interesting to see if they completely switch over to that. Some good passing coming in from Jokr right here. Standard kind of moving up, full 3-man attack. Oh, and that was a really aggressive push from the goalkeeper, and it's going to give Ryan a free shot on goal from behind. and that will be another 2 points.
I think you've talked about before, though, when you're the goalie, they're playing this like passing back and forth. You have to be aggressive and push out.
You have to
catch a pass.
Absolutely, yeah. You can't, like, the only thing you can kind of perfect is the timing. And I think that's one of the, like coming back to Affen, as you said, I think that's one of the things he just did perfectly, is that he could time when he threw out and got aggressive in certain situations to optimize the chance that he would get the disc or the person. And a lot of times it was the disc, but I think there you just kind of saw a misjudgment in terms of when to throw out. But again, yeah, you're right. The keeper has to go for it. Otherwise, you just end up in a 1v1 situation, which is equally as bad.
Yeah. You can see 2 players again sticking close for Jokr, trying to interrupt this.
Just that
forces the bad pass.
Oh, okay, I don't know if that was intentional, but that was just perfect line marking right there. Oh, and those passes were beautiful as well, but isn't able to get past the last member of Eclipse. And oh, this is looking good for Eclipse. They just need to get some extra passes in, play their last man. They've got 3 people up here. Take their time with this, get some good passes across.
Yeah, they don't have a second player pushed up, though, aggressively towards the goal.
Yes, there's one behind the goal, trying to get the keeper. The other 2 playing it wide, basically trying to take their time. Oh, no, and a stray pass is going to end up bouncing off the block, going wide. Joker's going to get clear. Who, if someone can get to this first, it's going to make a big deal. It looks like it could be Jokr. Jokr need to get this out, and they are going to almost get it out. A bit of a stray clear. Does bounce off the tunnel very early on.
Big slap coming through yet again. Does get it back on the side of the arena for Eclipse. And Eclipse is able to recover, again going for the big clear onto the other side. And it catches another island. It's going to be stuck here in the middle yet again, as it looks like Lemming's going to go for the clear. Finally get it straight off to the left-hand side.
He could have gone for a shot there. But goes for the clear, and Joker's now going to recover this. An interesting pass going through. This is actually going to bounce back down to Jokr. Oh, okay, no, so Eclipse getting a good recovery in there. So that was actually very much needed from them.
Back to Palador. Palador looking for the pass yet again. No one's there, unfortunately, to grab it, because I think Ryan's actually stalled for time as they're trying to push back into this position. Kung as well trying to get in the mix of this. It's a big fight, a fist fight breaking down. Now we finally have some sort of control here for Eclipse. 53 seconds left.
It's a pass and goal. They're trying to stun the keeper. They've now got 3 players of Jokr in the goal. And yeah, that is going to end up being a great kind of 2-point conversion from Simeon. Looks like Team Jokr kind of, they lost their positioning towards the end of that. You can see the kind of one of them floating in free space just above the goal towards the end, just above the shield towards the end of it. Just kind of got a little bit confused about that. But that's taken a big chunk, 2 minutes almost off of that time. That 1 2-pointer.
14, 13,
I'm going to call it now. Jokr going to get the 3-point again. Same position.
9,
The underhand throw under
honestly,
the force field. Under that shield.
Well, this is going to be interesting. Jokr now have possession of the disc, so they have 48 seconds, which is pretty much enough time to do any real play you can think of. So what they're going to do, they're going to go for a short pass. Oh, and a prediction coming out of Eclipse. This is huge. They go for the clear. Question is, who's going to get there first? It looks like it will be Eclipse, and that will be another 2 points, putting them 4 points ahead of Team Jokr. And I think, unless we have a major flip from Jokr coming in right now, that's probably going to be the first of the 3 games they need.
So tech issue.
get to your launcher.
And then Eclipse start winning again.
15, 14, 13,
I see a pattern.
11,
What is going on here?
10,
I don't want to count
Theirs.
Jokr out
That was
just yet.
theirs that time, and that's
Yeah.
usually the thing. So
5,
I don't want to count them out just yet. I think they still have an opportunity.
yeah, this is 36 seconds. You can do something with this.
teams entering
Okay, so they're going for a boost. Okay, this is interesting.
way down
This might give them enough time if they're going to do like a chase like this.
Oh
my God, they do it! They do it! Oh my God! Okay, they have 26 seconds. Complete reset, and that is going to be a mental, like, complete bashing for Eclipse right there.
I've been calling for that.
Oh,
I've been saying they need to do that. My teams need to do that more often.
Do you know
Get
what?
to your
I've seen it happen in a couple of games, but to do it in such a clutch situation and pull it off, that is beautiful from Jokr.
26 seconds left. Eclipse with control. Needs to be masters of wasting time and see if they can do it yet again here.
4,
Want to stall for another almost 27 seconds. They will be going to a 4th map.
Okay, so we're seeing an interesting PE jars coming in. Oh my God, a super aggressive push. This is going to get possession back over to Jokr. They're coming back to try and recover this. Eclipse is going to get possession though. Goes for a shot, bounces off the shield. There is 15 seconds. Jokr has to clear this and get this down now, and they have to chase it. This is going to... No, okay, he can't go for the long-range shot. There is a defender there. He's going to pass it to his teammates.
It's a 3-on-1.
7 seconds. They've got to go for it now.
He's going for the shot. 3 seconds left. Coming in from behind. Coming to actually slam dunk it in, and he
Oh my
gets
God,
it.
they do it.
1 second and 83 left.
Jokr! You are
have done it.
insane. They did it. Woo!
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's
Did I call that? I'm pretty sure I called that. They would come back with 36 seconds.
3-0.
Yep. Yeah.
15, 14, 14.
Told you we have a new
What a comeback!
king of NA.
11.
Regardless of the teams, what a comeback strategically. I mean,
7.
oh,
6, 5.
to flip that 3 when they needed it, and then to come back, get possession when they needed it, come out with the two different jousts at the very end. They saved those different approaches at the very end just to throw Eclipse off, and it just worked.
So you know what that means now, Jersey?